And I think just kind of looking at some of the things that we've struggled with recently, it's been dealing a lot with that authentic self. I know, not to trigger you, but one of the things you were talking about was the personalities in our little triggering conversation. You were talking about the difference in our personalities, in that you are an orchid.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a dandelion.
Sensitivities, yeah.
So you're extremely sensitive, and you're like, that's horrible. I can't be that. And I'm like, no, that's what we need. Because me being the dandelion, that's oblivious to a lot of the sensitive natures, and I gave the example of, I say shit just because it comes into my head and I think it's going to be funny. So I look at my son and be like, you look like shit from the YouTube series. And you're like, damn.
He just got, he hadn't gotten his haircut yet, no, but his hair was kind of like pushed forward, and it kind of grows forward, and he
buzzed his head with his brother at the beginning of the summer, and it was kind of growing out.
And his hair naturally grows straight forward. So it doesn't flop to the sides, and his bangs looked straight across. And he was already kind of in this space. And I had conversations where he's in this space, and then Dan comes along as like cracking this joke, and I'm like,
so you're like, hey, he's a 15-year-old boy. He's kind of sensitive to these things. You need to be aware and not crack. I'm like, oh, okay. But that's where the sensitivity of the orchid needs to be in this world to help kind of direct some of the other flows of everything.
Yeah,
it's a necessity in this world.